Hey guys, Martin here from TSI. Here comes some footage from the weekend just gone's Parabellum 3 event out at Aratula. What a great event, can't say enough good about it. The Milsim guys, Travis and all your team, just brilliant. Really happy, absolutely loved it. So I figured I'd do a little bit of a different video. I'll intro it right now, show some footage and talk through a little bit of it, and then keep rolling and then keep talking kind of thing. So basically the day started really great. We left the Gold Coast at 3 AM. We got to Aratula 5 minutes down the road from the venue and stopped for a coffee and stuff at the servo. Left there at 5:25 for the gates to open at 5:30. Rolled through the gates just after 5:30. Checked in all smoothly, found our parking spot, which was pretty much allocated based on your team, exactly as last time. Ran perfectly. The guys checked us in and told us where to go, politely of course, and nailed it. Spot on, got that perfect. We went off to chrono, got everything sorted out for the day. I ran my Azrael's Falcor, which is a full build. So this one's full spec basically. Whilst it's not crazy rates of fire and all that kind of stuff, it is a Milsim kind of build. It is a full Aztec Innovations internals with black scythe gearbox, Apache tappet with cylinder head, all the works. So it's a good piece of kit, ranging out to around about 45 to 50 meters. At the end of the day, we did actually do a range test and it was clocking about 47, so pretty happy with that. And that's just running at chrono 295 FPS, running the booms. So I had 65 RPS cushion because the limit was 360, so I could have ramped it up quite considerably. I took this one as the spare for the day. It chronoed at 320. Much the same kind of range, even though it didn't get used at all. It sat in the spare cache the whole day. It was mostly there obviously in case I needed it or in case someone else wanted it, but she didn't get used. Just sat there in the box out in the field in the ammo dump cache. So let's roll some footage and talk from there. Walking into what could be our first contact. Straight ahead of us we have seen movement in the trees. That is a referee in the open, so he's not hostile. Straight ahead, definitely movement. Iggy, here. 80 meters. Yeah. One just crossed the track. Okay, I'm well out of range. Careful to your 9 o'clock. So we're also going to get those guys that were in that gully because we've just skirted the gully. Okay, left in the trees. Changing mag. I'm in. I'm in no cover here. Yeah, they're pulling. Yeah. I've lost my... Yeah, Gilly. Yeah, it's gone. trying to get my comms back in. Came out. There's still one behind that tree, where they all were. And to our, oh no, they're pulling back to our left. Okay, Gilly is now to my left. At your 11 o'clock. Okay, quite a few have gone left now. We've got a good few hits there. Okay, creature's up and moving. Change your mag. Boys, there's a lot coming. Iggy, straight at you. Oh, you're dead. Shit. Iggy, is that 2 kills or 1? Our first contact for the day basically was we were sent out from the junkyard, which is where we headed off to start with, and we were scouting around looking for some cases, some red cases. It was part of our objective was to find, and we walked into some contact with the opposition, the blue side. I was one of the front men with my tactical buddy, my fire buddy, Iggy, right next to me, about 3 or 4 meters away, and then we spread to around about 15 meters apart. We managed to hold back a good 8 guys, getting some really good hits. As you can see, I put the X when I get the hit. The guys were calling hits brilliantly. I thought I was getting them within range, and then, boop, there's a hit, which is great. So the Falcor was running well. Eventually we did get overrun, as you'll see in the footage. They came in pretty extreme numbers. Iggy got hit, and then Big Mick behind me got hit, and then I got hit, and then before we know it, they just rolled straight over us. The medic rules for the day was you have, after your first hit, you've got a tourniquet bandage. I've packed it away wherever it's gone. Oh no, sorry, it's in my shirt pocket. The tourniquet is your 1 hit, but you've got to get yourself into cover to be able to apply your tourniquet, your bandage. Unfortunately, where we all were in complete open. We couldn't get behind proper solid cover, which is the requirement, to be able to apply our tourniquet. So it was straight out with the dead rag, and we were dead. So from there we could ghost walk straight back to where our medic would be, which was right back at the shipping container, the junkyard area, to get respawned. Check out the footage.
CCP.
We couldn't even tourniquet, nothing, we were in the open. Let them come forward a bit into the open!
I think we can pick this bucket up and shift it without getting shot.
You can rotate it, but careful because they're coming from that way too. They're coming from everywhere, look. There's all these guys here. So we're about to get completely overrun. Just gotta be careful from here. Whoa! There's only the one. It bounced up here.
We right?
and he didn't get anywhere near us.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
Really? Come on. Okay, they're moving from right to left through here. Okay, they're coming around here. Watch behind us.
Okay.
Here, here, here.
I'm hit.
Careful.
I'm hit.
Boys, this way.
Oh, shit.
Ah!
Sorry, man. You right?
Go! Save!
Come on, dude. He's down.
From there, I respawned back at the containers, and the onslaught was pretty much right behind me. Blue team moved up pretty quick. We seemed very outnumbered. We had our 2 full sections at the container area, so that was Red 1 and Red 3, which is 20 guys, just less than, because I think we started with a man short. And the onslaught was pretty full on. They were coming from the left, the straight ahead, and the right. We had several guys over to the right side, so I focused to the left, which was the guys that had overrun us in our prior position. Again, my range really worked in my favor. I was able to hit a heap of guys across the open area at around about 30 meters. A fella who was to my, 45 degree was in a closer distance to the boys I was able to hit here very easily, but for some reason he didn't get hit. But again, eventually, once more of our guys started getting knocked off, the wave just came in thick and fast, and then I copped a load in the mouth of gels. As you can see, I popped my head up, and then one of the boys was really quick on the trigger, and pretty sure they bounced off the top of the shipping crate, and I just swallowed probably half a dozen just disintegrated gels there and then. But they played really well. They swarmed on us. We did find out later on that they had 40 or 50 guys in that onslaught, and we had 20. So, 20, maybe 30. I think we may have 3 sections there. So we got completely overrun because we were massively outmanned. But it was great fun. They played really well, and a few of our guys were left running around out the back, and it was getting pretty warm by this stage, and they did want to call a bit of a break, but fortunately they did let the boys run, and they did get captured in the end. But let's move into the next scene. Careful, there's several more, and there's a ghillie suit up there. Careful in that track, it's very open. Okay. Push! Careful of friendly fire! Careful, careful. Watch the ghillie in the grass! Yeah, ghillie, careful, there's a ghillie here somewhere. Yeah, just making sure he doesn't pull a swifty. Stay in a line, don't go too far forward. Yeah. Well done, Red, good push. Well done, good push. Yeah. Oh, it's gone. Oh, they blew up the objective. We've lost it. They blew it up.
Did they do that?
Yeah, that's why they evacuated apparently.
Who's saying that? Yeah, me.
The red team got it right there. Where, Phil? Yeah, okay. Ah, okay, yeah, I saw the bush moving just here.
Yeah.
In there! Yep. Hit! Get me to cover, get me to cover. I got it, I don't need you. No, I didn't want to waste your time. Change your mags, boys, make sure you're loaded up. Iggy, change your mag. Careful, in the gullies.
Oh, maybe. Bastard.
I'm claiming you because I hit you.
Trick the shit.
So we then had a bit of a break. It was getting really warm and there were several people that were really struggling with some heat stroke. I don't think it was personally I don't think it was that bad. Had plenty of water, a 3 litre Camelback down here. I drank all of it by the break and refilled it and drank most of it again in the afternoon, and then did actually refill it in the afternoon on the field, thanks to Travis driving around with 1,000 litres on the back of his truck. So this next wave, we were on a mission where we had to try and get to a comms tower. We knew, of course, the blue team were going to be there because that's all part of the gameplay. We moved up a hill where they had a good high ground, which means they've obviously got gravity in their favour and wind behind them. But we managed to really overthrow them and push them pretty bloody hard, push them right back. Unfortunately, we were actually too late getting to the objective because the objective we were told was a comms tower, but apparently the objective was a drone site. So unfortunately, they had the objective of if they could hold it for 15 minutes without, getting knocked away, they could destroy the drone and we would lose that objective. We didn't know that. We thought we had it with the comms tower, but it was actually 75 meters further down the path, which is the drone. But this was a really great little battle. There isn't a heap of footage there, unfortunately. I obviously didn't turn the camera on. But after we'd kind of switched around and we're heading back down the hill that we walked up, again, we had another little battle with the guys who were right down at the bottom of the hill, hidden away in some lantana thicket. Got a couple of really nifty kills in there. I was really happy with that. And we pushed on through, and that took us through to the middle of the afternoon. I didn't get all that much footage. I must admit I had a lot of sitting around and waiting because it appears I hadn't turned the camera on. I actually started the camera when I thought I was turning off the camera, which meant I had about 45 minutes worth of just stood around talking while we had a no-duff, which was a medical situation. So let's roll into the last clip for the day.
Officers and
He's still undefeated. So.
Come on.
Oh! 1-0. Oh! Is that a strike? Yeah, 2. 3, that's it, you're done. Woo!
Butterfly.
Woo!
Double kill. That was a double.
Oh, that's one. Yeah. Oh, that was a 2. 3. Nah. Yeah, but that's body contact. That's 2. That's it. 3-2. And again. And again.
Anyone else want to challenge you?
So, as I said, a lot of footage not captured. The end of the day was at around about 5:30. There was a lot of people that were tired and suffering, so the game did end a little bit earlier than I kind of hoped. We did have another hour of light, but that was fine. We all completely understood that it's not fair to push people that are out of their limits, out of their comfort zones a little bit. I have to admit, myself and a lot of the other squirrels, we were perfectly capable and keen to do another 2, 3, 4, hell, even 10 hours. But alas, the overwhelming majority was head off, and we had a couple in the squirrels that were keen to call it quits. So as a team, we all stuck together and we all headed out. A little bit of footage at the end here is our fella Preacher, who is a bit of a knife fight guru. He's only ever been beaten once, and that's by one of our team members, which I think was a little bit of a lucky win for Uno. But yeah, Phil had 4 challenges, 4 wins, and it's good fun to watch. So to wrap up the day, I gotta say, Milsim East, thank you. Brilliant event, really enjoyed it. Perfect way to get out there and enjoy the day in the bush with the team, with the boys, and it went great. I know you guys did everything within your power to massively drive the communication between game control and the players, and I know you did have communication issues. You went to great lengths to get a SIM card based radio system that unfortunately let you down. But I know you tried. You did everything you could with the app that we were running for nav and comms, and then the radios. But alas, it didn't affect us. I know it gave you guys a nightmare. But I hope you can iron that out to make your life easier for the future. I ran the X-Tac Boom gels for the day. Didn't even go through 1 pack, so there's about 6,000 in there. And again, brilliant gels. Consistency is great. They fly really well. I still think the good Alpha King gels fly better, but these ones, these work. They're reliable because they're harder than Alpha King, but I think the AKA do fly better. Throughout the day, I ran just one 1200 milliamp battery. This is one of the Azeroth's Armory EU batteries. These are a really great battery for long day use because it's a 90C rating for burst, which is the initial delivery of the power from the 11 volt. Is a very quick, powerful delivery. So the batteries don't get stressed. Batteries don't get warm because they're not having to work hard to power your blaster. Now this does have a warhead brushless in it, and this is a Leviathan MOSFET. So the brushless obviously gives the battery a bit of an easier time as well, but the one battery lasted the whole day, and I still had over 11 volts at the end. So they charged to about 12.6 volts, and it was down to about 11.2, and they can run down to below 10 volts quite safely. So these things are the duck's nuts when running a good setup for the day. Like any battery though, if you're running a brushed motor and a switch block and things, you're going to chew more batteries because this kind of setup is a lot more efficient. So to wrap it up, thank you Milsim East. TSI loved it. The only limiting factor, like every event unfortunately, is the player. Not necessarily pointing at me, but the general ability of everyone. And of course, I understand and completely appreciate that this was a Milsoft event, which is the lead up and the build up and the entering into the Milsim world. So you guys at Milsim East, as the event organizer, have to go easy on the player, as in you've got to enforce breaks, you've got to enforce water, you've got to enforce food, because otherwise people are going to keel over. This isn't a full immersive, full-on, super serious Milsim, where the player is supposed to be a little bit more capable, I guess. But with the lesser experience and maybe the less gear and the wrong hat or the wrong boots, people suffer. Whereas getting to the Milsims is where it gets a little bit more serious. So this was a Milsoft, and you guys managed it perfectly. Does mean the players have a little more downtime, but it also keeps people alive. So 2 thumbs up from me, and I know Iggy gives 2 thumbs up as well. TSI, love it. Thank you, and we'll see you at the next one. Catch you later on, guys. Bye.